So, becoming a realtor, one thing that I've learned, one thing that really gets under my skin is how some people treat this profession. I want to talk to you right now. If you're considering getting your real estate license and you're thinking of it as a part-time job, you're probably in for a rude awakening for multiple reasons. Um, a lot of people treat this as a hobby. I have been across the table from a lot of stay-at-homers who get the deal when it comes straight across them. They've only closed one or two deals, um, and you can just feel that they aren't in it with you. Sometimes as a co-op agent, you find yourself doing all the work because the person across the table is pretending it's just all fun and games. I want to put out there right now, real estate is not a side project or a hobby. You are not going to learn the process 100% in 1, 2, even 10 transactions. I've closed 14 and I still don't know everything, but I know where to find the information and I haven't dropped the ball yet. But some people out there, it's like a joke. You tell people that you're in real estate and they think that, like, oh, is that a part-time thing, or on what else do you do? I do this full time. In my spare time, I am learning about real estate, properties, what's on the market. I'm doing showings in the evening. I am out in open houses. I am talking to people constantly. I've seen every area in Dayton. I've expanded into Cincinnati. I have done all these things. How could I possibly do any of what I just mentioned if I had a 9 to 5 and I could only work here to there? Better yet, all the tossing around and turning, the networking. Nobody talks about networking. You have to know people to serve people. If I have a contractor in Troy and, that's where they operate, but then I do a deal in Cincinnati and I don't know anybody in Cincinnati who does the same kind of contracting, then what do I do? Like, how do I do that on top of deadlines from work? So we need to reprogram our minds to change the way we see real estate. It is not a hobby. It is not a just for fun, let's try it out and see if it works. If you're going to be in it and you're not passionate about being in it, it's not something that brings you joy, it's not something that you like to do, if contracts and making sure that people buying $100,000 investments isn't the most important thing to you, you probably shouldn't be in real estate. I am just saying, too many times. I literally had someone across the table from a $200,000 deal. Turns out they had only closed one other transaction that year. Couldn't reach them, got in her feelings a lot, stopped answering my calls, couldn't be bothered. Everything was an inconvenience, couldn't get seller signatures, couldn't meet deadlines, didn't come to closing. This is the stuff you deal with from part-timers. It upsets me. We got to change the stereotype. It's unbecoming. So if you have a license and you don't use it, let it expire. Just don't bother. If it's not something you're trying to transition to full time, just don't. If it's not a goal of yours to understand the process, how it works from beginning to end across multiple types, residential, commercial, multifamily, if those things bore you and make you want to cry, don't come to real estate. It's not for you. Not only will you be bad at it, but you're going to do your clients a disservice, and they deserve somebody that's like excited about it. If you don't wake up eager to find out what's changed in the market, you probably shouldn't do it. If you don't like touring neighborhoods, you probably shouldn't do it. There's so many barriers you have to jump over to be good at this. So if it's not something you're passionate about, if it's something you're trying to tack on to your real goals, don't do it. That is a cautionary warning for you. Luckily for me, this has been my passion. This is my dream job. There have been days where I've been out and about from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and then had to do computer work from 11 to 1. It happens. And if I didn't love what I did, I couldn't do that like I do. So we got to break the trope, man. It's not a hobby. It's not a hobby. And if it is a stepping stone to something else you want to do, you better treat it like it's the only way to that stepping stone. Otherwise, you're going to be bad and it won't step anything for you. Again, if you like my stuff, follow me on Instagram. I'm here to help you. If you have any questions about getting into real estate, is something you enjoy, that you think that you're cut out for and you're not sure, talk to me. I'll let you know. I'll be honest with you. It is not always pretty. Sometimes it's ugly. You will have a deal that takes up more of your time than it was worth. It's a learning process. But if it's something that you're interested in and you think you want to pursue it, counsel with somebody who's going to tell it to you straight prior to embarking on this journey. This is Brandon Harris. My friends call me B Hair. Send me a message.